Hey everyone, my name is Lynn Schrader and I empower men and women to step outside of their comfort zone and begin living a life that they could have never imagined. Today's video is all about those negative voices that we hear in our head. And I want to ask you a question. Who told you them? Now listen, I want you to stay on. This is a very quick video. I'm going to give you a link to some free voices that I'd love to send to you to your email. So let's talk about who told you that. Those voices that we hear in our head. So many times we tell ourselves this autobiographical narrative about ourselves. It becomes this personal documentary. If you've ever seen a documentary on TV, it follows the life of people or a person. We tell ourselves this documentary, and so many times we have it incorrect. It's funny when sometimes you watch a movie and you might say to yourself, that movie was really too long. They could have gotten rid of so many scenes in there and it would have been just as good, if not better. Well, so many times we do that with this autobiographical story, this documentary that we tell about ourselves. We leave things in our story that need to go. They should be edited out. And those things are the failures that we've had, the problems that have come into our life, the things that have made us bitter or angry or made us feel less than. We keep them in our story when they need to be on the cutting room floor and out of our documentary. And the funny thing is, the opposite is true as well. So many times we edit out the good things that need to stay in our story. Good things like our accomplishments. Good things like the times when we have failed, but we picked ourselves back up. All of those things that we turn an eye to that are so important, we edit out. Let me ask you, have you ever heard voices like, I'm going to give you some examples. The mean girl bitchy voice. I love to call her the mean girl because we all have mean girls in our life, right? That mean girl bitchy voice is the one that is always hard on you. No matter what, you are never enough. You'll never fit in with her crowd. She's always going to have you compare yourself to other people. She's that mean girl bitchy voice that you'll never measure up. How about this voice? The rolling eyes voice, you know, the ones that go, oh, yeah, right. Like, yeah, you're never really going to have what it takes to do that. You are really just an imposter. And everything that's ever good that's happened to you has just been a fluke. It's that rolling eyes voice, that voice in your head that goes, yeah, right. How about this voice? How about that penny pincher voice? That voice that never wants to give anything extra. She's that fearful voice. She doesn't believe that you're worthy of a better life. She's got a mediocrity mindset. She doesn't want you to try new things. She's a penny pincher. She likes to save face. She doesn't want to step out of her comfort zone. She doesn't want you to do anything that might be a little bit scary. She's a penny pincher voice. How about this voice? I'm all that and a side of fries too. That's that voice that is just really full of herself. And if we're not careful, sometimes that is a voice in our head. That's the one that is completely ego-driven. And that voice says, well, what are people going to think? I never do it this way. Or that's that voice that thinks you have it all together and you have no room for self-improvement. Or I'm fine the way I am. Or listen, it doesn't get any better than this. I got it going on. Those are four voices. We got the mean girl bitchy voice. We have the rolling eyes voice. We've got the penny pincher voice. And we have the I'm all that and a side of fries too voice. Now, what do we do with those voices? What do we do with those voices? Well, first of all, you've got to, number one, question it. Question it. Who says? The title of this video, who told you that? Why? Why did they tell you that? Why is that your documentary? Number two, you need to identify where that voice, that documentary came from. Was it a person who told you that? Was it an event? Was it something from your past that totally skewed your thinking today? Was it that little girl voice inside of you? That little Lynn, that little whoever voice that, oh, I've always felt this way. Number three, you need to introduce positives, introduce affirmations, introduce your strengths, your talents, your accomplishments. Start telling yourself those things. And number four, you need to tell a new story and you need to say it out loud. There's positive things that happen when we say it out loud. You can say things like, when I was little, I used to think blank, but now I think blank. Now listen, these four things, the questioning the belief, identifying where it comes from, introducing positives, and telling yourself a new story, take time. You got to sit quiet. You've got to be compassionate to yourself. You need to be committed to changing. Now, I told you at the beginning of this video, I'm super excited. I've got something for you. I've got an offer out there for you that I will send you absolutely free. 7 days of my voice coming to you in an email that's giving you affirming positives about you. I'm giving you a documentary about yourself that will affirm just who you are and how much of a wonderful person you are. I'm going to drop the link to those affirmations in the comments below this video, and I'd love for you to click on them. There's no obligation. These are free to you. And do me a favor, if you got any value out of this video, or if you know somebody who would share this video to your page or drop your friend's name in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and question that voice in your head that says, ask yourself, who told you that? Thank you and so much. Have a great day.